Hello and welcome to Friends Like Us. I'm Marina Franklin here for you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Tell me where you are watching us from. Tell us. Well, tell me. Tell us. Don't tell us because soon it'll be us. Where you are watching us from. Where in the world are you watching us from? Clarksville, Tennessee. Welcome, Tennessee. Welcome. This is my live. I do this every Saturday to promote my podcast, Friends Like Us. That's the little box over there in the corner. And it's also scrolling underneath here. See that Friends Like Us thing? And I do this to promote the podcast. I do it for a full hour. And then I have my inappropriate friend, Dave Juskow, who will be joining us soon. He's always a lot of fun. So the podcast, if you didn't know, Friends Like Us is a podcast that features women of color that talk about hot topics. We have the occasional male guest or white guest. We call it our monthly. And this week actually is a really great episode. We have Prachi Gupta and Nimish Patel on, and they are talking both about mental health. Nimish is you're on YouTube, Skylar, so you could even, like, after this, after you watch me, you can go on his YouTube channel. He has 2 specials out. One's called Lucky Left, and the other one's called Thank You China, because he did so well on TikTok. Nimish Patel, very funny comedian that I watched come up, just develop over the years. Chris Rock noticed him, and then he wrote on Saturday Night Live, and then he also wrote on other very late night shows, Late Night with Lily Singh, and I forget what other show. There's another show. Anyway, I don't have his bio sitting in front of me, but he's great. And then Prachi Gupta wrote a book called They Call Us Exceptional. They called us exceptional. She's dispelling the myth about being the model minority, and she is talking extensively about how damaging that can be. And it's such a great episode. Plus, I really like Prachi because she hung out with me one day on my cheat day where I ate, like, I scarfed down, I'm not lying, like, I think 4 donuts. So we got really serious on that podcast, but she watched me eat, 4 donuts, because on my cheat day, I don't mess around. It's my cheat day. So my cheat day, donuts is it. Actually, because I had her on this week, in honor of her, I had some donuts last Sunday. So my cheat day is every Sunday. I don't know if you guys do that. Do you have a cheat day? Give a shout out to the people who do cheat days. Shout out to all the folks who have cheat days. Woo, woo, cheat day. I don't even have to do that. I have this right here. Yeah, I have donuts on my cheat day. It's fantastic. This is what I had last Sunday. I had 2 donuts and a scone. Now that's intense, right? I couldn't move, but I deserved it because I had worked out so much that week. My trainer did a lot of leg stuff. So I was in pain, and I was like, "You know what? I deserve these donuts and the scone." So there. Today I was at the farmer's market. Had a great time. I always do at the farmer's market. I think sometimes I talk too much, though. Like, sometimes I think they wanna say, "You know what? Buy your stuff and go." Because there's this one woman, like, she's nice to me, and I buy her ice cream. That's another thing I eat on the cheat day. But I didn't have ice cream last week. It was all donuts, okay? I'm gonna look at your comments in a second, but I just wanna get through this thought about cheat day. So I had ice cream. Her ice cream is so good. I'm gonna get it in a second when Juskow joins us and I have time to walk to my freezer and show you the ice cream, but it's delicious. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, but let me tell you, and it's still made with, like, oat milk. It still is sweet. It's probably the best ice cream. I'm not even gonna lie. It's the best ice cream I've ever had. And I'm gonna tell you, it's because I experience so much when I eat her ice cream. It's like, depending on what you get, she has so many flavors. She has dark chocolate, she has apple cider. I know that doesn't sound great, but when she talks about apple cider and the distillation, it's very expensive, apple cider, to make apple cider. To make no, to make vinegar, apple vinegar is very expensive. So she made apple vinegar. I know that sounds nasty, apple vinegar, but it's delicious. Then she has this one ice cream that has like it's rhubarb and like it's weird. It's like all of a sudden you have like you're like eating rhubarb. It's only in the summer, so you can have it now and it's seasonal and it always sells out and it has like you experience so much like there's like my mouth is watering just thinking about it. It's like a candy bar all of a sudden. It's like you're eating it and then you're like, am I eating a candy? I'm eating a candy bar. And then it's like, oh, I'm back to ice cream. And then there's chocolate. And then there's like, is that caramel? It's insane. Her ice cream is insane. Anyway, so I got some of her ice cream. I haven't got it for 2 weeks because I'm gonna get the name. I'm gonna get it, Skylar. I'm gonna get it for you. But I haven't had it for 2 weeks because I was like, I need to drop some weight. And even though it's gluten free and it has no oatmeal product, I mean, it's made with oat milk and all that. It's still, it's still got fattening and well, it's not fattening, but it's better than the regular ice cream. I'll say that. So there. And but it's the most delicious product I've and she said she needed to rebrand. And the reason I started this whole thing is because I was talking to her this morning and it was weird. We were talking about birds and how much we care about them. And while we were talking and I was talking about how the glass buildings, like reflective glass, it's really a problem. Like birds are dying at a huge number, like 1,000 birds died in Chicago just hitting a building because they think there's more. And there's no more. There's no more. And so they die. And they're going fast. And so we were talking about that. And then all of a sudden, you ever talk to someone and you realize, I think they're done. Like, it was this weird thing where she was like, okay, next. I was like, I think she's done with me. Or maybe she has what I have, which is like, talk to a person exhaustion. You ever done that where you're talking to someone, all of a sudden you're like, I want to stop talking. I just don't want to talk anymore. It's nothing personal. It's just I have talking exhaustion going on right now. And I just don't have any more. She's very cool. Like I like feel very comfortable with her, but it was very funny. Like her eyes kind of went dead. So I knew she was gone. Hello. Oh, let me see who's here. Skylar is here. Hello, Skylar. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, DJ Eric Prince. After this, he does his own DJ session on Twitch. God, I am out of it today. I need to drink some of my coffee. Berlin? Where's Berlin at? Where's Berlin? Where is that? Who's from Berlin? I know I saw Tennessee. Um, Mr. Noise. What up, Mr. Noise from Virginia? Oh, I love DC so much. On the check-in from you're in Berlin? What are you doing in Berlin, DJ Eric Prince? Now, I went to see 2 Broadway plays this past week. Something I've never done in New York, which is wild, being that that's why I started doing this career in the first place, was that my dad took me oh, you're playing music in Germany. Wow. Who brought you over there? Was it promoter? Like, are they paying you well? Did they pay for your flight? I want you to see this. 2 plays I saw this week. Pearly Victorious. So good. And Jaja's African hair braiding. I saw this on Thursday. This was amazing. The best part of Pearly Victorious is it's just the actors are really great, and the fact that it was Ozzie Davis's story that he's told, I guess through the family. Oh, I'm gonna use this, and that's why it's so good. Um, and also, this guy Leslie, is it Leslie Odom? He was fantastic. Of course, he always is, and the actress that plays what Ruby Dee had played the character, she's phenomenal. I mean, such a comedic actress. It was actually funny. Okay. It's a non Confederate romp through the cotton patch. And then Jaja's African hair braiding, which I went with my friend Tina Jordan, or Tina Farid. I can't get Jordan out of my head. That's her maiden name. You ever have friends like that where you're like, oh yeah, that's right, they got married. Stop it. But Jaja's African hair braiding. Her friend is in it. Her friend plays the lead, and or one of, and she was fantastic. And her music, DJ Eric Prince, you would love her music. Somi, look it up. Somi. She did her version of Alien in illegal, like it's Alien. It's like the one, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien, just an alien, just in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. Oh no, it's Englishman. But she rephrases it, alien. I'm an illegal alien because he says I'm an Englishman. I'm an Englishman. And it's a really great story, Jaja's African hair braiding, which we're going to talk about it this week on Friends Like Us about immigration for people of color. It's very different, right? And how they make you leave your children behind. Okay. So I didn't leave that on a high note, did I? But I will say that the Jaja's hair braiding was so entertaining, so much fun. And the best part of it was, oh, the wife saw Jaja's. Yeah, it ends November 17th. So that's soon. That's next week. So you want to get some tickets to go see it if you can. Go check it out because it's closing. The shop is closing. Get it? The hair shop. It's about African hair braiding in Harlem, where I live. And she's Somi. She's from Harlem, and her music is on Spotify. Check it out, Somi. It's beautiful, beautiful music. Oh, cannot express it enough. I I think the promoter all paid for it. It is my first time out here since 2019. Wow. You're in Germany. The promoter paid for it. And it's your, oh, wow. Well, be safe. Have fun. That is an amazing gig that you're doing right now. What are some of the things you're noticing in Germany right now, DJ Eric Prince? Is there anything out there like what venue are you playing at? Can you promote that? And like, what are they expecting from you? Do they like house music like they do in Europe? I just said, you know what I'm saying. In England, in the UK, do they like it the same? You did 3 gigs, and how are they receiving you? Are they requesting music and annoying you? Is someone coming up to you and going, "Come on, can you play like some hip hop?" Are they doing that to you, or they're like really respectful, good audiences? Do you do what you do, soulful and deep? But you can still do what you do, but people can be annoying. You know what I'm saying? Mm. I'll tell you what I did this week. I opened for Tony Woods while he was preparing for where he filmed his Netflix special, which Dave Chappelle presents. It was great. And Dave Chappelle was there. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of people there at the Comedy Cellar and the Village Underground where he was recording. And I saw right after he did his set, Peter Dinklage walks in the room. Very fast. He's fast on his feet. And then there was actor. I cannot remember his name, but he was in that movie with Colin Farrell. He's the young boy with the donkey or whatever. I don't know names. Actually, I'm really bad with memory lately. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but earlier today, just a little while ago, I was at lunch with Ari, who is my assistant, who has been on here several times. You know Ari. And Ari and I we just had lunch at Silvana, which is here in Harlem. And there was someone that I just knew walked in, couldn't recognize them. And I don't know how do you deal with that? When you see someone but you cannot replace where they are, where you know them from, how do you say hi to them without making it look like you don't remember? And because I knew her, but I didn't. And then Ari saw me do the worst type of fake, oh, hey. So she comes over, the woman that I recognized, but I couldn't place from where. And I was like, hello. I was like, how are you? I was like, it's been such a long time. Wrong thing to say because she goes, it's been 2 weeks. I was like, oh, hmm. So Ari just saw me make a complete ass of myself. And then the woman reminded me it was at the school function. It was the holiday, the Halloween children parade of costumes. And I was like, oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's where. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I was just saying to them how I can't remember things. So, you know, never mind me. But she was great. She's a great woman. And she's part of that school that where I raised money for. So that's what that was. Mr. Noise, yeah, Tony Woods is, please come and do Tony Woods and Friends. He asked me to come do it this Sunday, but I can't really travel out there right now. But he did ask me to come and do it at the Improv. Oh, hello, Stace. How are you? I hate when that happens. Usually I just admit it and apologize. Most people are pretty understanding. It's hard when we see people out of the unusual. Yes, that's what happened. I just saw her out of the unusual, situation. And hello, Sujay. What's up? I had so much fun with your students. I saw your email, but I had to do shows last night and I was so tired. And I mean to reply, but I had an amazing time with your students. They were so sweet. Their questions were brilliant. They were so smart and you put that class together so well. Bravo. Bravissimo. Okay. Yeah, thank you. And, like I said, it was my gift. It was my gift to you for coming on several times and just being just really nice and helping me out with the podcast and so many things you've been so nice on. So, uh, the people were receptive. I think they are tired of the whole high tempo. Oh, okay. So they like the deep disco stuff. Okay, good. I think we're almost ready to bring on the man. And we will get to that in a second. Oh yeah. Well, it's a little busy time right now, Sujay, but I really appreciate that. And maybe at some point we will. It's just so nice of you to do that. I had a great time. It was the easiest thing I could do was to fill young minds up with some knowledge. Who can't do that? As a matter of fact, the woman that I just saw that I couldn't remember where I knew her from, she invited me to an event this Wednesday at the school, the one that we raise money for with the kids. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Scholastic Books, they've been banning those books, the ones that talk about diversity, like it's crazy. Scholastic Books, okay? And so they're losing money because of this. It's in the schools. It's insane. You got to this just happened like 3 months ago, which I don't have the full story, but I really want to when I go to the school this Wednesday, I'll be back on the podcast to really talk about what's going on in these schools and why they have to work so hard to just get stories that represent the children that are in the schools. All right. Now, here we go. We're going to bring him on. You guys know him. My intern, my assistant Ari was just with me and she gets a kick out of him. She says she loves when I kick him off the show. But right now we're bringing him on. You guys get ready for Dave Juskow.
Hello.
Woo, woo, woo!
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, what up, son?
Well, as you know, I did the big pizza eating challenge on Thursday.
What? I did not know this.
You didn't know? I
No.
went down the Jersey Shore, and you have to eat an 18-inch double extra large, like an extra large pizza within 30 minutes, and
You
then
did
you
not.
get.
Please tell me you did not do that.
I did it, and you win a T-shirt.
Oh, David.
Yeah, look, the Whole Pie Eaters
That's what
Club.
they're gonna bury you in because that's like insane what you did.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's gonna be your funeral wardrobe.
Yeah. Well, it was awesome.
Did you
And
enjoy the
high
pizza
stays.
while you were eating it?
It was great. It was really fun, and I was glad I took the challenge. I've heard, younger kids do it, but I think I might have been the oldest person to have attempted the challenge and won. And then I had a couple beers afterwards. I was feeling all right. Then I drove home.
Have you had any food since?
Oh my God, I can't stop eating. It's like once you open the floodgates. So then in the morning, like I got home around midnight after that. And then in the morning, I went with my friend Bob and we went to this hamburger place at 9:30 in the morning. And I ate a Texas burger with a fried egg on top and French fries. And I ate the whole thing. It was awful.
Okay, listen to me. I don't want this to be the podcast before we find out you die. You can't
Ooh, Pizza
eat
Hut
like
flavored
this.
Lay's and potato chips. What? Sorry, go ahead.
You no, please don't encourage this.
Thank you, DJ. That
He
sounds
can't
delicious.
you know what? This is why men need women in their lives.
Well,
You
I was there
can't
with a bunch of women.
Yeah, but they're not coming home
Women
with you.
love when a guy eats like that. They love it.
They don't like to live with it, and that's what
maybe.
saves your life.
Huh? Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but it was awesome. And the guy I went to eat with on Friday was he's 87. He's
Oh my
awesome.
god. And he had an egg on a burger?
No, I did. He just ate like a normal person.
So bad for you.
He's so
Although I
cool.
did start the show when you weren't here, I did tell them how last Sunday on my cheat day I had 2 donuts and a scone.
Yeah, you sound like Cher Horowitz from Clueless.
Is
I
that what
feel
she
like such
had?
a heifer today. I had 2 bowls of Special K and a Snickers bar.
Oh my god, people don't eat cereal like that anymore.
No, they really don't. I don't even eat it. When I have cereal, I only have it as a dessert after meals. I never eat it for breakfast. I have the sugary cereal, so it's like dessert.
Oh. I was telling them a story about today at the farmer's market when I was talking to the woman who gives me ice cream. I'm going to actually talk to them while I get the ice cream, Dick.
Listen, where the hell you go?
I'm going to
you
go
want
get
me
the
to talk
ice
to them?
cream.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, everybody. It's great to see everybody. It's very quiet over here. That's why I'm getting confused. I get confused when Evelyn's not around anymore. I'm not sure how to handle myself.
I can't.
Really missed out yet. Oh, Marina?
Well,
You were the guest in Sujay's class?
oh yes, yesterday was great. It was so much fun. They were asking really great questions. And they were just
What's it like being black?
They didn't ask that
They didn't.
because they're of color themselves and they know better.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would Sujay teach a class about with colored people?
Because he's of a color.
Um,
So this
I
is
just
the
got.
ice cream.
Oh, haja, 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 concertita.
Look at that. Can you see the
Plant-based. Oh, it sounds horrible.
Listen, look at the ingredients: cinnamon,
Yeah,
almond milk,
gross.
ice cream
With oat milk.
Oh, rice cereal treats.
Gross.
Right? You just said you
Contains
like
coconut and
cereal
sesame seeds.
with ribbons of dark
That can't be good.
chocolate.
Can you open it? Can we see it?
It's too cold, but
Must look like duty.
Your duty. Your head's a duty.
Well, I guess it looks. Well, I guess it looks normal. Have you tried it?
No. You don't understand. I'm addicted to it. It's a relationship I have. I told her 2 weeks ago, I said, I have to not even walk by you because The first time I had it, she had this ice cream that had rhubarb in it, and it's like sells out like crazy. And when she
Oh.
described it, I was like, "That's a tongue twister." What you just said, that would be a good theater exercise. I don't know how you just did that, but I told her, I said, "Okay, I'll try it." And then I had an experience like none other than I've ever had with ice cream. I came back the next week. I told her, she said, "Can I record you?" I said, "I don't understand why it's this good. I don't understand it." I said, like, "I'm actually angry that it's this good." Cause it was like I went through so many different emotions. I was like, I'm eating ice cream, and then there was like some type of like jam, and then there was like a cookie, and then there's like a candy bar. I was crazy. So then, and she has chocolate, and she has and it's vegan and it's gluten free. So good.
It doesn't add up.
Well, your loss.
Are you going away for your birthday?
I'm gonna be in North Carolina
Oh.
with my mom. I'm going to do that this year because
I think I'm off that weekend. I want to come to that market.
oh, you want to go to the farm? Listen to that woman today when I was talking to her. It just looked like her eyes went dead. Like she just stopped listening. Like she didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Well, you
It was a
remember
weird moment.
Catalina from Chile? She is coming to town in February, and she has requested to go to the market with you.
In February?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'll take her. We can go. This woman, this ice cream lady is phenomenal.
Hochata, crunchy tara.
I mean, look at that. That name is crazy.
Hochata.
Crunchiatella. And she said to me, she says, and it's ice hard, so I'm gonna leave it out so I can have
Yeah,
a little scoop of it.
rock
You watch,
hard.
you don't even know what that's like anymore. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, that was like a blast from the past, huh? Guess
Mm.
what I saw?
Oh, huh? What the fuck?
Pearly Victorious. We talked about it last weekend
Yeah, I
with
thought it said purple Victorious. That's what I thought.
Leslie
Leslie
Odom.
Odom.
So good.
It was. You saw it last night. I'm seeing Guttenberg tonight.
And they gave me free tickets.
Oh, because you're black?
No, because I'm Marina Franklin.
Oh, that's more like it. Who'd you
And
go with?
wait, let me tell you something. The usher
You went
was
with
one of
Usher?
the person who sat us, not Usher, but the person who sat us was the sweetest person in the world. He was like, "Come this way, ladies. Oh, are you okay? Are you all comfortable? You know, you could put your coat underneath your seat." I was like, "Who are you? I want to take you home with me." He was so great, and the play was so beautiful. And
Who
we
did you
had
go with?
Alana.
Who the hell is Alana?
I've told you. I always have to remind you who Alana is
I don't understand why I wasn't invited.
because you don't see black things.
Well, actually, I do now.
You didn't. You were like, I don't want to see a black play.
Well, that does sound like me. I don't remember saying it, but it does sound like something I would absolutely say.
And then
So
you were like,
yesterday-
"Who's that?"
Well, I know that's Leslie Odom.
And this was the other play I saw this week. I haven't done this much Broadway in Jaja's
What the
hair. This is the one I should have took you to.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're putting all these black shows on Broadway. Black people don't go to see Broadway shows.
Packed. They even extended the run.
Are you sure?
Oh my god. It's
Were people late?
no, one person, and he was white.
So yesterday, I'd like to hear more about those shows. Yesterday, I went with Sarah Silverman to see 4 short documentary films at the Village East. The first one was about a black diver who invented this club, like the Underwater Action Club or something in the 60s. And they've been finding sunk African slave ships at the bottom of the ocean. And it's really cool. Great documentary, really well done by a British black filmmaker. And that was very good. Sarah's she's part producer of this short film about these 2 Holocaust survivor guys, stuff I don't usually like to see. who met each other when they were 80 in Ohio and remembered each other. So they were best friends when they were in the unfortunate camps, and they, one escaped and one was just let free. And they both met each other when they were 80, and it was so sweet. And
I think this is so funny. I was like,
the
why
fourth
we've
one,
never said this about you?
it's true. That is funny. It's like a thought bubble. And the fourth one was about this guy. This guy, we definitely know his music. He was a black music. I can't think of his name, but he was like a funk, rock writer in the 80s. Really talented. And he lost all the rights to his music. So it was a show, but some guy, some fan called him up from France and got his rights back to his music. And they said there's all these other people that have lost their rights to these big companies and they don't care. And it was another fascinating documentary. Really some great stuff.
The music industry, we just finally the
Oh yeah, the Black Godfather of Scuba. Thank you, Sujay. How did you know about that?
Because Sujay is smart.
Wow.
Unlike yourself, he's not clueless.
I understand.
Well, I will say, like, oh, my timing there was impeccable. I forgot my whole point. I forgot it.
But most of the black people were late to the screening.
And why were you paying that much attention to it?
Well, I couldn't help it.
And how
They
many?
were actually a little disruptive.
How many?
I would say 8.
Like
that's why it was
like
noticeable.
One whole group?
No, they kept coming in and
maybe it's because they had to deal with all of the fucking racism on the way to the damn show.
No,
they got to drive slow because the cops will pull us over if we even do the regular speed limit. And then you got to get through security.
We have enough trouble as Hebrews now too. So,
boy,
so
here we go.
Please.
All right. So listen, Jaja's African hair braiding is this weekend. I think this is the last week. My friend it is. But it's also has like a really interesting story about something that I did not know, which is in the Guardian newspaper this week. There's a story about a scientist who's trying to get her papers to work in the UK, and they approved her, but not her 6-year-old daughter.
I think that's fair.
You only say the right things all the time. But let's 6-year-old.
Yeah, because she could be a troublemaker. She could be like a sleeper cell. You're gonna I know I'm ready to go off.
No, I want you to dig this hole deep so that the sleeper cell people find you. Because this is what they're going. Ring, ring, ring. Okay, Juskow. I'm gonna tell you, it's so funny. Like social media, like it used to like make me so upset when I would see comments and stuff on the YouTube or on Instagram, and I'm still seeing comments like really weird comments when I impersonated Bill Burr, like guys who I don't think they're real people. I can tell they're bots from the way that and I'm like, the things we have to deal with. So if we're late to a show, so what? Now, everybody was on time for Jaja's hair braiding because that's what we wanted to see. And I got to meet the star. One of the stars.
That's off Broadway though, right? That's not actually Broadway theater.
It's Broadway.
That's the Manhattan Theater Club.
Samuel J. Freeman Theater.
I think that's the
Manhattan Theater Club.
Oh, that's just the Manhattan Theater Club production, but the Samuel J. is a regular Broadway theater, right?
Mm-hmm. The Manhattan Theater Club at Samuel J. Freeman Theater, and then the music box was the Pearly Victorious.
Right. No, that's a real Broadway theater.
Okay, and I was the only one wearing a mask.
Really?
Me and another friend. She told me that she was also there. David Allen Greer also went to go see it this week.
Oh yeah?
I saw that. Yeah, they're giving me these tickets, but the thing is the tickets are good seats. I did not expect that. I was like literally like it was probably the best seats I've ever had.
I don't think it's a Broadway show.
No, for Pearly Victorious.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that totally is, yeah.
Yeah, so I had like
Well, yeah, I guess it's
I,
considered
I
Broadway.
was
It's
like
Broadway, yeah.
literally like
Oh yeah, it's Broadway.
7th
Yeah.
row back. I was not too close, not too far, perfect, and aisle. So like if I had to run out and go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
oh, it was
Well,
amazing.
I've been very lucky to be getting amazing seats. Centers. We got third row center tonight.
But you
The
paid
last
for it, right?
yeah, the last 5 Broadway shows I've seen, I've had like front row seat center. It's
I'm
been
getting
great.
these they just offered I just checked
That's
my email,
wonderful.
the one I never go to, the Marina Live Comedy, and they were like, "Would you like 2 tickets?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
That's great.
And then they said, "Well, we
Oh,
don't
DJ
know."
Eric Prince says it was off Broadway. Now it's on Broadway. I see. That's why they put the Manhattan Theater. It's just like that place, the Atlantic Theater Company. A lot of these theater companies kind of what do you call it? Like nurture these shows to go to Broadway.
Oh,
So that's probably what happened with
are they
her.
trying it out?
Well, no, no. Now it's on Broadway. He's DJ would say it was off Broadway, and they, that means it was good, and it's
Yeah,
it's
well, the
hard
last show
it's
though
hard to get to Broadway,
is
really
this
hard.
week. Yeah, and it's really good. And it has such a good
But you
it's
said
such a
when was
good
the last show?
I think it's this Thursday
So
is
it's
the
just a
last show.
limited run and only opened in October.
It was extended though.
Oh, that's good.
They were like
Well, that's what they
she was
check.
like and this is the way the writer put it, she was like, "It's the best extensions."
Oh, that's
Get
nice.
it?
So
That I
is
like.
the girl that it's not a one person show, right? It's like does it take place in a salon?
Yeah, it takes place in Harlem in a hair salon
I
in
do
the
like those kind of movies. Like what's that one with
Oh, I knew you would like it from the moment it started when the stage turned and you see, like, the opening of the storefront, and
yeah.
then it turns, the whole thing rotates, and you see the salon. You're in the salon now. It
That's
was
great. See,
amazing,
then
and then
it's a true
they had
Broadway show because they have the money to do all that stuff, which we didn't have in high school or college, right?
oh, and they had, like, TV sc you know how, like, in salons, they have, like, TVs and
Sure.
they'll play, like, music from YouTube? They did that in
That's
the
great.
it was so cool, and
That's always a good structure for a play, a salon, a barber shop. If you've seen Steel Magnolias, remember how
I never
it
seen Stigma I didn't
oh,
see it
really?
I s didn't see it
Dolly
on
Parton
Broadway.
ran a hair salon, so the girls go in there and talk all the time, and those are the best
Oh,
kind
right,
of
right.
plays because they take place in one room.
In one
So,
room.
and what's more entertaining than, I would like to see that show now because, different kinds of people that meet up because they have one thing in common, which is getting their hair done and getting into their lives interests me all the time.
Yeah, because you can get a lot of story out of each person.
Don't you remember when of course you remember, when you did that wonderful piece on Harlem Place on the Jay Leno, that 10 o'clock
Oh,
tonight show you
yes,
had?
about the hair place, yeah.
Yeah, that was so good. I could have watched the play on that. I just wish that that could have continued and you could have done that every week, and because
Jay
I think
Leno loved it,
you
yeah.
were a little
New.
off, like you weren't I don't think you were ready yet
I
to do it,
was
but I'm like
green.
yeah, yeah. So I guess if they had just given you some more time, boy,
Yes.
that would have been a hell of a segment every week.
Yeah, because I
And
remember
that could have been extended into a sitcom. That would have been terrific.
yeah, because I remember, like, they were trying to dress me, they're like, "Girl, you can't wear that." Some of the things they said in that hair salon, they can't say today.
Yeah, I bet, but you were so cute and you handled it so well, and it was such a good piece. I
It was
remember it
fun.
so well, and, I remember Keith Robinson being extremely jealous.
It was well, because I was so new at it, and I remember my dad was really happy, and he was like, "Baby, yeah, it was good, baby."
Well, how could he not? I mean, it wasn't even at the 11:30, it was the 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, I mean, obviously, that show didn't last, but my
Yeah,
god,
because
it
it
was
was it was
prime
the
time,
replacement of what was supposed to be Conan's show. It was supposed to be Conan was supposed to take the time slot, and he
right?
did, but then they got nervous, and so they backed it up with Jay Leno.
No, no, no. I think what happened was Jay Leno has a show, then he quit, or then he was moving to 10, and that's what put Conan at 11:30.
No, Conan took his time slot.
No, 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 you're thinking of TBS. I'm talking
No, no,
this was an
before
NBC primetime
it
show you had.
yeah, but it
Conan
was
was never on that 10 o'clock
yes,
show.
he was, it didn't last, though. It
No,
was
he
a
wasn't.
nightmare. It was a
No,
nightmare.
no, absolutely not.
Yes, yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
yes. You look it up
What?
because it was a big thing. It was like, wait, are you giving the show to Conan? Or are you
That
not
doesn't
giving the show to
No, that
Conan?
was at the 11:30 tonight. That was the Tonight Show.
No. 'Cause they brought him back and they said, "We're bringing him back and he's gonna have a whole bunch of correspondence," and I was one of them. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't mind." And then it was like Conan was like, "Well, why are they doing that? Like, are they doing my show? Or are they not gonna
No,
do my
that's
show?"
it. No.
It was a big late night war
Yeah,
because
but you're
they have been promising that time slot to Conan for a really long time
at 11:30.
at the main time, which is 10.
No, you're thinking of Chicago. Are you thinking in that
Okay, so my
kind
no,
of
Jay said he was leaving. Conan took 11:30.
right?
Jay had cold feet and ended up at 10, then
Yeah,
wanted
that that's
11:30
that's
back.
that's right.
Okay.
You might be thinking of Chicago stuff. Maybe that's what your mentality because you're growing up. Your Tonight Show was on at 10:30, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you
probably.
hear the normal, whatever the East Coast West Coast is, 11:30, and then Jay had a 10 p.m. show, which is what your segment was on.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember it so well.
But
I was
that's
so
why it was
happy
like,
for
wait, is
you.
he leaving or is he not
Well,
leaving?
right. No, he left, and
Yeah.
then he went to the 10 o'clock. It's just like Mike said here. Jay said he was leaving. Jay had cold feet and ended up at 10. Then he's like, "Oh, I still want to go back on television." He was a complete dick. He was a complete dick, and then just ruined Conan's life
Well,
and
Conan's
embarrassed him. I
fine.
mean, it was just so. I mean, I know because one of the professors I work with moved and bought a house out in California because the Conan O'Brien show was taking the 11:30 slot and getting the Tonight Show, and all the guys went out with him, and then Jay Leno ruined all these people's lives by taking the show back.
Well,
Do I? Jay
this
Leno's a
is
dick. The
no,
end.
he's not.
What's the matter with
He
you?
was so nice.
He might have been nice to you.
He was very nice to
Look at all
me.
those,
I will I like he was very nice.
why
And
did
I
he
remember
leave? Then why did he leave? I
came in
mean,
the
then come
green
back and then
room,
he
we
just
hung
made
out.
Conan. I mean, I'm not saying Conan's a great guy either. I'm just
Conan
saying
is
it's just a move.
amazing.
No, you don't need see, you get treated differently than most of the people that
No,
know
I
these
hung
two
out with
blokes.
Conan.
I know you did.
I'm gonna tell you something. Genuinely the nicest
Yeah.
person I
Well,
have
I've
met.
heard from everyone else
You're
who says
wrong.
he's not.
He's
He's
so
nicer. People are nicer to you, Marina,
no,
but to
I've
the
seen him.
general
He's nice
public,
to people, but he's also keeps it real. He
mm,
ain't no pusher. He's no pushover. Like if he is like Boston, okay? So if you're an asshole, Conan's not gonna be like a wimp. He's not a wimp.
I
And
didn't say
he
you
is,
went.
yeah, well, I mean, he just
What are
keeps
you
it real.
doing? You
I'm
having
having
a
a
hot
hot
flash?
flash. Yeah, because you
Oh.
pissing me off because you talking about my man. I love Conan. I had so much fun with him. He's like so incredibly smart.
We know
And he
that.
keeps
I mean, you
his
have to be smart to
brain
be able to keep it going all those years, and he's
and
a
he's
Harvard grad, right? I mean,
yeah, and he's also the smartest one of the late night guys because he knew when to leave. And he not only did
well,
he know
no,
when
he
to
didn't
leave,
know when to leave. He
no, he
just
left. They're all still on.
well, that's true, but I don't think he would have left if Jay didn't push him out. Then he just went to TBS and
TBS,
lived this
yeah.
miserable existence and was like, "This
I don't
sucks.
think it was as
I'm not part of
miserable.
the mix." And I agree 100%. All those guys should just leave.
That's why
My
I'm saying
goodness.
Conan is really ahead of everyone there because he's always been on top of like social media. He knows he's really smart and he knew it's just time to get out of this whole thing. And then he went to podcasting. His podcasting is very successful. He
Yes.
does very well. And he knows his lane. He knows what he's doing. He knows
DJ's
what's
saying turn off the oven. Why do you have the heat on in there? Just turn it off.
it's
It's
because you
that
pissed me
easy.
off. Yeah, thank you, Mike Dick too. He
It's
left
it's that
TBS
easy,
and has
Marina, to be that cool. I don't know why you're hot.
oh, he has what does he have coming up on HBO? I want to be a part. I wanna
Howard Stern said that was his best interview of all time in his book. The Conan O'Brien was his favorite interview of all time. And he just
really?
interviewed Barbara Streisand last week. It's very impressive.
How did he interview Barbara Streisand? Oh,
It was
Oh,
good.
I thought you were saying Barbara Walters. I was like, isn't she
Well, he had
dead?
Barbara Walters on multiple times. But Barbara Streisand, I mean, That's a hard get.
That is a hard get.
Yeah,
You listen to it?
sure. I listen to him every day, but that was impressive as hell because he's been getting. This was his plan all along. There's a video of him screaming at his staff on how he wants to be interviewing A-list stars, and he brought in this woman. I don't know if you know the story, to change his perception. And boy, did it work. I mean, Artie talks about it all the time because he was there. So, all of a sudden, when the name Wendy the Retard had to be changed to Wendy the Slow Adult. It was these little fixes. No
Okay.
more Gilbert Gottfried on the show. It was sad for him.
Let me tell you something. Tony Woods taped his hour this week for Netflix. Yes. Thank you. Finally. Now, I want to say this. There was some material about little people, but he didn't use the word little people.
He's been doing that for years.
Yeah, okay. All right.
About the
But
pygmies?
the how you pick them. Anyway, you guys see
Dwarfs?
the Netflix special. You know the joke.
I do. I can't believe he's still doing it.
Okay, think about that. Keep that in mind.
I can't believe it.
He finishes the joke.
I love him.
He finishes the set. I am not kidding when I tell you Peter Dinklage comes walking in. And I don't mean like walking. His feet, I think their feet move faster than the regular. So it was like he was on roller skates the way he came in. And all I saw was this big head. And I was like, it's like they call the president of the little people to tell on Tony doing that joke. They're like, he's still doing it. It was wild.
Wait.
I don't think
while he was taping the Netflix special, where was he taping?
No,
it
was
DC?
after he was done. It was at the Village Underground.
Oh, it was at the Village, and Peter Dinklage happened to be in the audience?
No, he just after Tony finishes, the lights come up, and I swear to God, Peter Dinklage comes.
So he must have been in the audience.
No, he was not. He was not. I saw him come down the stairs, come into the room, and all I thought to myself was, "Oh, I'm so glad he didn't hear that." I don't know. Like all I thought was,
you just said he came rushing after him and punched him in the face. I added in the last
say
part.
that. I didn't.
But
that.
So he ran down. Oh, he was just running into the Village Underground. It was a coincidence.
Yes, this is my point.
Oh.
Think about it, Juskow. Think about it. You're watching
like
that.
CJ said he was summoned. That's what I thought happened.
Right. That's what
you think somebody did call him?
It felt like, I know that's not what happened, but that's what it felt like. Because it was literally his last joke. And the lights come up. He's done. Everyone's standing, giving him a standing applause, which is great. And I see Peter Dinklage, and I'm like, oh, no. Wow. And I'm like, we're in trouble. But I also thought to myself, like, what are the chances? I've never seen him there, ever. I've never
seen him there, but I've seen him around that neighborhood a lot.
You have?
Years ago. I haven't seen him in years. We used to be a little friendly. I'm friendly with his brother, John Dinklage. He's actually the first chair violinist for Hamilton.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's a very talented family, but they're all a little tiny.
Oh, is the brother tiny too?
No, he's taller, but not tall. He's not. I don't think he'd be considered a dwarf.
Is he a dwarf or a little person?
Peter?
Yes.
I don't know what the term is now.
It's little people.
So I guess he's considered a little person for sure. Peter Dinklage, I guess.
I'll tell you what,
there's a limit. Remember, I used to work with them.
I would do Dinklage. Dinklage to me is sexy. I would do some Dinklage.
He right, DJ Eric Prince. Why didn't he give him a Will Smith slap? Yeah,
like he didn't hear the. I don't know if he heard the joke. But I was like, I'll tell you what, it did. It was like a moment where I was like, oh shit.
Well, it's funny. I remember when I was working with little people, I had them in these shows I was doing, and I asked my friend if Peter would be in our show, and she goes, "Oh, he doesn't do roles for little people." Like, I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "No, he does only roles that are like normal and don't have anything to do with it." And I'm like, "Well, good luck," and then he worked it out, man. He stuck to his guns, and he's the most successful little person since Billy Barty.
Oh yeah, we all know Brad Williams, Sujay. We know Brad Williams.
Oh, he's horrible.
Brad Williams wouldn't care if Tony was on there. That's different.
Right.
I
Brad
think
Williams is a comic himself. So.
he's a comic. Peter Dinklage, on the other hand, advocates for little people, from what I know.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
he takes offense to it.
He's very angry in real life.
Yeah, and he drinks, and
yeah.
So that's the only thing.
Have you ever seen this movie, The Station Agent, which he's wonderful in? It's a great depiction of how he is when he drinks in real life.
I was just like, woo, Peter Dinklage is here. And then we went around the corner and then he was there too. And I was like, I wonder if he's staying for the second taping. Now,
it is kind of funny that his name is Dinklage.
Now, the thing I
got a picture of me and his brother.
thing I do know is Tony would have still done that joke regardless of whether he was there. Because I know that Tony does not care.
He does not care.
He is not. You can never tell Tony. He is comic through and through. That's for sure. Who's that?
Well, it's see, that's his brother right
in the middle.
Octopus with the octopus shirt.
Oh, okay, I see.
Peter's
all
brother.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his brother. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And what are you doing there?
I know, right?
You look like you're acting up. You got that dumb smile.
Well,
I swear to God, you have these.
We were having a good time. 4 men hanging out, doing some drinking.
Oh my goodness! You know, my assistant. We had she's in town and we had brunch today.
What's her name? Whitey? What is it?
No, Ari. And she goes,
I know her?
She goes, oh, Juskow.
Well,
the way they know you is so funny to me. Why is your screen blurry?
Yeah, because I made it go with my phone, I think.
You coughed on it.
No, it has to do with the phone coming closer. I don't know how you fix it.
You put coronavirus on the lens.
I clearly did.
Oh, I like this better. No. D for dick.
Well, I don't know why it's blurry. I mean, I can leave and come back if you'd like.
No, it's fine. I would rather you be foggy.
Okay.
I tell you what's clear is it was Evelyn's Wi-Fi.
Well, I said that 100 times. Why didn't anybody believe me?
No, you didn't say it 100 times.
Yes, I did. I said she's got
when I
stupid
got
Wi-Fi. She's a stupid kid, and she lives in Brooklyn where they have shitty Wi-Fi.
I tell you, I got kicked out that day, and then I hear you. I reviewed the YouTube, and you're like, it's probably Marina. It's not you. You're such a two-face.
I knew it wasn't you.
I was just like, what's going on?
I'm trying to fix the blurriness.
Fine. I was gonna change my whole plan. Anyway, I'm gonna go see another play on Monday.
This is driving me nuts now.
The next one, you want to go see with me if I get one?
Yeah.
This one I'm taking Alana to also. Sorry. And I think this one I made a mistake because I know you would have wanted to see this one, but I wasn't thinking, and then I invited her, and I can't take it back.
I'm gonna leave and come back. I want to be clear, okay?
Yeah, okay. It's very strange. He wants us to see his pores. How are you guys doing? Did you listen to this week's episode of Friends Like Us? This is why I do the podcast. Because I am promoting my podcast, Friends Like Us. If you haven't checked out the most recent episode, it is fantastic. It is with Prachi Gupta, and who has just wrote a book called They Called Us Exceptional, and also with Nimish Patel, who is a stand-up comedian. He has 2 specials on YouTube, which we're on right now as well. So you can check that out right after you watch this. Go to Lucky Left. He's talking about his diagnosis with testicular cancer, which I did not know until I had him on the show that he was diagnosed with, and he's fine. But I think it's a really great episode to hear them talk about South Asian relationships with mental health. It's such a good episode. It's so good. It's just flows. And next week's episode is really fantastic. We have Jeff Leach, who is from the UK. He's a UK comedian, and he also has a special coming out, comedy special. And When I say that you could tell he does voiceovers, it's one of the best episodes ever with a comedian whose audio is crisp, clear, and his voice, I mean, he has the voice, is that British voice, whatever, but it's like he's a gamer. He was the voice of Ghostface on Call of Duty until that ended, and that's like it was kind of a scandal, and we talk about it. But it was a while ago, but we talk about it. And he talks about some other things, but I think it's a stand-up spectacular, not just special, spectacular. You have to watch it to see why. So Jeff Leach, check him out also on YouTube right now. So if you're not doing anything tonight, go check out those two specials from Nimish Patel and Jeff Leach. All right, bringing him back. Oh, look at that. He ain't even here. This is how we grab the
Oh, I fell asleep. Sorry.
I thought you were giving someone a blowjob.
What's her?
Now look,
What's her name? Krusty. Who's on your show? Krusty who?
Krusty.
I thought that's the first person you said.
I didn't say.
All right, let's
anyone
read one of your
Krusty.
reviews. This is a review from Forage Francis, and it said, "Warm-hearted show, much needed in these times." That's right. And here's what they say. Friends Like Us is a warm-hearted, funny, upbeat listen. Marina Franklin is the host. She gets wonderful, inspiring people, mostly from the entertainment and arts community, to interview and discuss the topics of the day. There is also relevant discussions of culture pertaining to NYC, the comedy of big cities and NYC specifically. It is pleasant to hear her a discussion that raises awareness and well-being. From Forage Francis.
Thank you, Faraj. You know what? Speaking of NYC, the mayor, and you know what? I seen it coming. They confiscated his cell phone.
The mayor?
Oh, you don't know?
No, why?
FBI, they
What?
stopped him in the street and they said, hand over your phone.
Why would they do that to the mayor?
Because they have some information. There's some connections to Turkey. Donation, what is it called? I don't really understand politics, but I guess they have to raise money.
Why do they have to stop him in the street and do that and make a spectacle?
Because he's
Not
black.
necessary.
That's why. And that is the
Right.
only time that I will give him that.
I don't
Other than
understand.
that, he
Dujay
gets on my
says
nerves.
campaign fundraising. Well,
Thank you.
just who cares?
So
Just let him finish out his goddamn term.
well, yeah. What happened is there's some
It's going to be
ties.
fucking worse for us.
I know the timing of it. We need him. We don't need
exactly
that.
right. We don't need this shit. Right.
Yeah, it's the worst thing, but it's also like it
City's
came
fucking
out.
falling apart again, like it was in the 90s.
There it is. His volunteer allegedly took 14,000 from Turkish developers.
Who cares? 14,000, big deal. Come on, people.
And who are they? And how can I get some?
Exactly. And that's only 14,000. That's what is that what it takes to be the mayor? I'll give it to him myself.
Well, you know what though? Look, Mayor Adams. It's something off with that dude.
Well, I agree, but right now he's the best thing we have, and since nobody else wants to run, he's not horrible. He's not De Blasio.
I don't
That guy would
know.
have sucked right now.
I don't know. I think they're both bad.
I think he's better than De Blasio. De Blasio was the worst. I mean, that guy just didn't get it.
I think they're both equally bad. I actually
I don't have
am
a
starting to
problem.
think he's worse, to be honest with you,
I'll
because
never think that.
there's corruption. When there's corruption,
There's always corruption in Manhattan.
this one is the worst kind of corruption though, because I could see it. You as a comic, you can just look at someone and you could go,
That's the way. That's what I see when I see Tony Woods.
oh man, shorty. I wish Tony was here because he would say the perfect thing to come back.
I wish
but
Tony was here too.
He
Is he still taking care of his mommy?
Yeah, he always he took his mom to Amsterdam.
That's
on a
to get
trip,
high.
which I was like, "That's too much, Tony." He said
Oh
it was
yeah.
too much, but yeah.
Oh, my mom we wanna take my mom to Florida, like, one last time to see her friends before she just I mean, she's not dying, but it's just, like, before she can, not walk far or something, even just from the airport tarmac. But, oh, what a to-do. We just wanna go to the ballet, and that's a to-do, these things. So to take your mom to Amsterdam, damn, I mean, that is
Yeah, he realized
a
it
lot.
afterwards. He said, "I think that was a lot." I
And
said,
he did
"Oh,
it by
yeah."
himself, or does he have brothers
He
and
had
sisters?
someone go with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if me and my sister do remember when we went to see Sarah's show? We bought my mom with you
Mhm.
and my sister and stuff, and, that was a big we had to call in advance, find out where their elevator was and all that where the parking was and everything. It's the kind of stuff you don't think about when you're just going to a show on your own or with a friend.
You know what isn't interesting is being a part of the Broadway going to a Broadway show crowd, traffic, off the train. I've never done that. So it's so cool because you see everyone's rushing to the theater at the same time.
Oh, I've never been on a train. I always walk from wherever I am,
But
so,
you know what I'm talking about,
I
even
guess
walking.
I never thought about it, but right, what I hate is those horrible pedicabs that are sitting right outside Broadway shows now. This is new, and blocking the way to cross the street. So then there's just nothing but for you, horrible crowds altogether. Where if you're not wearing a mask, you're in big trouble, and nobody can get away because those pedicabs are taking up all the time. You haven't seen that yet?
Pedicabs are the ones with the bikes?
Yeah, the horrible bikes that charge.
Yeah, I stared one down this week.
You stared one down?
I stared him down, yes, I did.
Awful, awful
I
people.
stared him right in his face.
Good.
I was like, "How dare you be in the crosswalk like this? I'm looking right at you, dude."
Yeah, they're in the
I didn't say
crosswalks, they're in
dude,
the
I said
bike
motherfucker.
lanes. They charge like $40 a minute. They take advantage of
And their
tourists. I
music
mean,
is way too
the
loud.
music is too loud. Everything about them sucks. They cause a lot of traffic. And like I just said, now they're causing a lot of foot traffic because they all sit and ring their bells when you're coming out. That's all you need. There's chaos when you're leaving the Broadway theater anyway.
I know,
You,
it's
you know, you
awful.
can't escape. You can't get out. It's
I
horrible.
kept
I don't
hearing
understand why that's not illegal yet.
Michael Jackson's "Dish, the girl is not my son,"
When
and
he
it would
came out or just in general?
from one of those and it
Yeah.
kept getting closer and closer,
Yeah.
and I was
It's
like, "I
terrifying.
just need that music to go further
I
away."
almost hit one with the car the other day on purpose. Like, it was just
I've
annoying the
seen
shit
some
out of me.
cars, like, over in that area. It's not a safe area. People really
No,
need to pay attention.
it's not a safe area in every way. Here's Marina, get this. Because the bike lanes here in the city are scary as hell, I stopped going from work. I have to go all the way from the bottom of Manhattan, if you're not from around here, folks, to the middle on my bike, and they have 2
It's
bike
on a
lanes.
grid,
They're
just
very
like
tiny. So I have been going out of my way, 2 miles out of my way, 20 minutes longer and $2 more on the city bike to go on the West Side Highway instead, which is a beautiful, nice bike path and that changes your mindset. But as soon as I turn down 52nd Street to go across, you're back.
why
Oh
don't you
my
do it why
God.
don't you go to Columbus Circle instead?
Same thing. Going across town's a nightmare. I could go across
'Cause I figure,
54th
like,
or
Central Park West is better going
well, there's no
across
bike
there.
lane. There's no bike lane. I
I
believe me,
mean, you are gonna risk your life.
I've done that before, taking the bike when I used to go to the Upper West Side to go to a spin cycle class.
Mhm.
I would take 59th Street across, and there's no bike lane, and there's 2 lanes,
It's
and the buses
dangerous, yeah.
there. That is where you will die because there you got the horses
Yeah,
and
the
the
horses
buses and
and
the
the buses, and
cars.
I've almost died several times.
Yeah,
Almost died,
no,
several
that's the
times.
worst street to take.
Yeah.
The only bike lane I think up there is 55th.
However, I
You
did
can't bike through the park, Sujay. That's the other thing too.
you
You
can.
you can, but not to see. I live on the east side. You cannot. The park will take you all the way around to where Marina lives just to get to the west side. It's
Yeah, it
not.
does.
It's too time consuming. They do not have a bike lane that you can go just across.
I had to tell Ari today after we had breakfast, I said, "Listen to me, and I want you to not treat me like an old lady when I say this. You have to look both ways. They are coming from both ways. There are bikes going in the wrong direction, and on the sidewalk, there are motorcycles
Yep.
on the
Yeah, now there's
sidewalk. So you
motorcycles in
have
the bike
to
lanes too.
really pay attention.
Wait, who is this Ari?
Ari's my assistant.
Well,
She's
how
on
long has
here.
she been
She's the
your
one who
assistant?
we've been asking for your
Yeah.
your new
Oh, I thought there was.
headshot.
I don't think I have another. I mean, I have the one from
Let's
work.
discuss this. Why don't you have a new headshot?
This was the last one I had, was the last one I was ever going to have.
Why?
That was what, because I thought it would be funny, because that's what Rodney Dangerfield used to give out, a headshot that he used for the last 40 years of his life. That was from the 1950s. And I'm like, I'm going to do that.
No, come on,
That's why it's
Juskow.
funny.
All of my assistants, they were like, Marina, does he know?
Of course I know.
I was like, yeah, he knows.
I'll give her. I thought it was. You keep sending that letter at the wrong time, and I've been overwhelmed with stuff, and I just
I've
that's
just
that's
sent
the
it
problem.
once a week.
Yeah,
I've
I
sent
didn't
it
know it
every
was Ari. She doesn't. It was coming
She's
from
the one
your
who does that.
email,
She does the flyers. She
but it
does
still
all the
says
social
Marina,
media.
so I figured I could talk to you about
It's
it. It
me,
doesn't.
but
It
she's
doesn't say
asking
something
for it.
about Ari. How long has she been with you?
She's been with me for at least 6 to 7 months now. She's
Oh,
excellent, and
and she's watching right now, but she doesn't participate.
no, she always watches. She's always here. She doesn't participate
See,
because
that's a real assistant, not like Evelyn, folks. You guys were all like, Evelyn's the greatest, but look, she just wanted time. She wasn't respecting that this was an unbelievable break to be working with the great Marina Franklin. She never got it.
she is.
Thank you. These guys
That
know.
wasn't the
They get
point.
it. It's the
The
point
thing
for me.
is
This
that
Ari seems
Ari
okay. She seems okay.
Ari is an exceptional assistant, and I
And now I
told
kind of want
her.
to see what she looks like.
I said this to her. I
Is she
said,
black?
yes. And I said,
Oh,
and she's studying. Oh God. You know what's crazy is the woman that we ran into while we were there, she asked her, "Oh, what are you studying?" I was like, "Oh my God, I never asked that question." But she's studying
well, that's why she asked, because she's studying something. So when you're younger, that's all you. Oh, what are you majoring in?
well, she's majoring in environmental
Shut up, Stace.
engineer.
And I do miss her a little bit. I was attracted to her. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. This is why he does this, Stace. Thank you, Stace. I'm putting that
But
up.
Evelyn was great. It's over, folks. Get over it.
Let me tell you something.
There's a new girl in town with a brand new style. She was just passing through, and if things work out, she's gonna stay a while. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah.
So this is the thing, right? Ari, I just tell her all the time, can you please tell your parents that I said thank you? Because
Oh,
she
she's that
comes,
sweet.
she's just, she takes initiative in a way that is just, Evelyn did too, by the way, but she takes initiative in a way that like Evelyn was the last of the generation of assistants that I had that I didn't, that they just took initiative, right? So everyone after her, I had to really kind of like train and then train and then train and then tell and tell. And like Ari is just like I mean she just does it. And it's smart and she gets it like she is going to Brown. So there it is, you know. It's not an easy school to get into.
I'll tell you what, Venus Boys, why Evelyn left. Evelyn thinks she's going to be a big star. And let me tell you something. She's got a lot of work to do.
No, Evelyn has work to do. That's why she left. She's she wants to focus on her career as a stand-up. She also wants to get her writing. She wants to get her writing done.
Is fine. Stand up.
No, Evelyn didn't throw the scone at Juskow. Lois.
That was Lois.
Here's your fucking scone. I'll tell you what, I've told Esty that story and I've never seen Esty smile.
She loves all my stories. That's why it's so funny. I know she likes me. She just hates me as a stand-up. She feels the way I feel about Evelyn about her stand-up, as she feels about me.
What
And
about you?
Noam's always like, but he opens for everybody that works here. No, he's
She
awful.
goes, Marina, let me tell you, Jessica was so funny in that time we went to that funeral.
Lenny Marcus's dad. That's where we hit it off. Me and Esty
She was
became
like, "You're
friends after
so
that.
funny." I mean, it was a sad occasion, but he was so funny. But
I am funny.
no, but when I tell her that story about Lois, Essie's eyes are like this. She's like, she's
Well,
like, she did
because
what?
Esty can, first of all, Esty is just like my mom. Anything that happens like that, where I get my just desserts, you might say, is gonna crack up my mother and Esty like it's nobody. Some like me getting hurt somehow like that. People love that shit.
Oh
They
yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
No, no. Esty absolutely loves the story. Um, but I will say that Ari, she's here. She's doing a improv team that's meeting
Oh
another
no.
team as
Oh no.
students in
Ari, I gotta have a talk with you.
at Columbia. But we had a
Mm.
real New York experience. We
I
sit
think
down
she's
in this.
going to Brown.
Wait, hold on. She does.
You
She
can't
does.
just go around the Ivy League schools like you're the greatest.
What? What do you mean? Like she is. Brown is a pretty.
Yeah, no, Brown's impressed, but now you're saying she's also doing stuff at Columbia. I can't handle it.
She's taking. Well, their improv group is going to Columbia to their improv group, and they're meeting up, and they're having like sort of like their own festival. It's great.
Oh, I see. Her Brown improv group is taking on the Columbia improv group. I can't tell you how much I don't want to be there.
And some other improv groups. And I told her, I said, comics hate improvers.
Yes, they do.
Just so you know.
Thank you for telling her that. I thought I was the only one that seemed to me and
No,
Attella the only ones that
and I
get it.
said, and how
We
diverse
loved
are
making fun of UCB.
and I asked her, I said, "How diverse are they?" Because they used to be all white. And
Oh yeah.
she said it's still all white. She's like, "I am the only black one."
At my college, which is not an all-white school, the improv group was all white. There wasn't one black person there. There were about 30 kids.
There's something about Juskow that just invites pelting him with baked goods.
Yeah, there's something about me. I annoy people. I get on people's nerves. This is what I deserve. Should be lucky it's just baked goods. You know, a lot of times it's
So many
people
comics
throw
came.
water
Oh,
on
that's
me
a
or
good
drink.
question. So many comics
Not
came out of.
comics though. Actors maybe. You know, like SNL is full of those improv jerk offs, but a lot of comics, it's not, it doesn't really go the other way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Tracy,
rare.
rare. We were like, it's like if there was another war to break out, it would be against comics and improvers,
Yeah.
without a doubt. We're
And
very good.
we would win in a landslide,
Comics
even
would
though they're
definitely.
improvisers, which is there it is. There's your answer. They're improvisers, and comics would win in a landslide.
So I'm excited that she's here. She's gonna try to make my 10:30 show tonight at the Stand Comedy Club. She's young, so I'm excited to have her
What's
come
she look?
in. She looks young. She's like, she's cool. She's taller than I thought because I've only seen her virtually, but she's just. I'm telling you, like, it's so easy. Like my headache is gone because she helps. She does such a great job. I'm just so happy I have her.
Hey, send it over to my place. My place
No,
is a pigsty.
she
Oh,
doesn't clean.
oh.
Okay. She's environmental engineer. Look, I think I forgot what she told me because it sounded like my brain was like, I can't register.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's like kind of like what I did, like scientists, like engineers who talk about the environment to make sure we stay safe, to keep the products like that we're ingesting safe, which is very hard to do, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that the products your grandmother used affects you today?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it is 4 o'clock.
Yep.
It is time to get out. I want to say you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching from Washington, D.C., Ayana. I have never seen you on here. And so thank you for being new fans of mine. I hope you're listening to my podcast, Friends Like Us, which is why I do this to promote the podcast. I have been building up my YouTube page. I'll be putting more of my stand up on there. So stay tuned. And I really appreciate you for being here. This is Juskow. Juskow is not on the podcast that I
I don't
regularly
know why.
have.
I think I'm due.
because it's for women of
Well,
color.
once before we did a lot of good Saturday Night Fever imitations. It was super fun.
So once a
By
month.
the way, I tried to eat that pie with the 2 slices, but it was too much. You know,
What
like at the
pie?
beginning of Saturday Night Fever, when I ate the entire pizza pie for the T-shirt, I tried to get the 2 slices together. You know, like at the
Ooh.
beginning of Saturday Night Fever.
Ooh. It's just like giving me
Now when
heartburn.
I see that scene in Saturday Night Fever, the very opening where he's eating the 2, I'm like, oh my god, that's so filling. Oh, I have a
Oof.
stomach ache just thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm having heartburn thinking about it. Anyway, I want you guys, so check her out. This company, what is it here? It's called Sunday Fun Day. Sundae. I'll put it here in the chat. Okay, so you can get it. Sunday Fun Day. NYC.com. Okay, so now you guys have it. You could check out our ice cream and tell her that Marina sent you, because this is safe ice cream. Unless it's good to throw at Juskow maybe.
What?
No, this would actually hurt you.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
guys. Thank
the
you
way it
so much
goes.
for joining us. Make sure you check out the latest episodes of Friends Like Us. Juskow, tell our listeners where they can find you.
Oh, well, Thursday, actually, I'll be at the public library in Long Island, at Long Beach, Long Island. I'm headlining the public
What?
library. I guess they do a show once a month, you know, but it's funny. What's my first joke? Shh. I just did it.
Because you were in the library. Oh.
Anyway, that's where I'll be. Also, we have Wayne Fetterman on our Tuesday show on Tuesday, so
tell him I
that'll
said
be fun.
hello.
I will.
Speaking
He's a
of
delight.
improv,
You think he's an improv guy?
didn't he do some improv?
I don't think so.
No.
If he was doing improv, he was making fun of improv.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dave.
Thank you.
You've been a true. I can't say it. You've been a true pain in my asshole.
All right.
That didn't come out right. And I want to say thank you so much. I'm Marina Franklin here. You could go to my website, marinayfranklin.
Your skin looks really good. Really good. Like flawless.
Are you noticing that? I've been
Yeah.
working so hard on it. What, like, let's just a couple of minutes for you to give me a
Not
compliment.
one wrinkle in it whatsoever. It looks amazing. You look younger.
And there's no filters.
I know. No, it's very impressive. It's yeah, you look great.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been working on my skin a lot, so I will hold for that compliment. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So
No,
yes,
she wasn't bumpy. She was just I mean, I don't know. I just noticed. Certainly not bumpy.
Venus is like, was she bumpy before? What the
No, she just looks really
hell?
good. I don't know.
No,
It's
I have been
noticeable.
working on it. I've been smoothing out. We've been working. Your favorite friend Lois has been helping me to get there.
I used to stare at Evelyn's skin like that. I was always fascinated by it. She had perfect skin too.
So I'm working on it.
She's a little younger, so
yeah. So I get a lot of credit.
yeah.
So in the words of Dave Chappelle, this was a masterpiece. I want you guys to all go to my website, marinayfranklin.com. Make sure you check out the podcast. Friends
In the words
like
of Mark Norman, comedy.
Friends Like Us. And make sure you wash your hands. You can still wear a mask if you want to. It's okay. And Black Lives Matter. I want to thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.